Welcome everyone. Welcome and thank you for coming to the XANA DAO Global AMA session. This year, from the beginning till just last week, we just so packed for the Penpenz. And we finally launched that. I'm finally released from the Penpenz and finally start looking at our next step. Yes, it is already like new chapter is starting after the Penpenz and we are moving forward to that huge next project. But Penpenz is doing really great. So let's talk about the Penpenz. We actually sold Penpenz exactly a week ago. That was the end of the February 28th. And that was 4,000 NFT exactly. And finally, we revealed the Penpenz at the March 2nd. March 2nd was a reveal day and everyone could see the Penpenz. And I was so happy that when they're revealing the Penpenz, I was so happy because I was just keep watching the Twitter and the whole timelines of entire Zanalians are just all about penguin. And I saw the Twitter has somewhere around like 14,000 penguins word at that time. I was so surprised. Usually when we get a trend in a Twitter, it's always like a 3,000 tweets or 4,000 tweets or something like that. But that time was like 14,000 is just insane. That was crazy. But that was how big this movement was. And I was just keep watching and scrolling everyone's penguin and each penguin is so cute. And everyone was so happy. I was just looking at it and just can't stop smiling because I was also like so happy too. Until the very end. I finally complete the production of the generative 4,000 penguins at like 4 hours before the reveal time. The reveal time was, I believe, like that was Japanese time, 7 o'clock p.m., right? The Japan time, 12 noon, I just finished the entire 4,000 penguin and just passed to our engineer team so that they just start like preparing the distributions for the reveal. I was like that much last minute. That was so crazy. That was so close. If there was another mistakes involved, then we couldn't reveal it. I was even prepared a day before. I was even prepared to extend the time for the reveal because that was so close. And I was even not sure that we could make it or not. But finally, we could make it. Crazy thing is, I was on a business trip to Abu Dhabi from Dubai and there was a 4 hours driving way. And I was just keep selecting the penguins non-stop during this 4 hours driving on a highway. That was crazy. Even in the middle of the highway, our Tesla car lost its battery almost and we had to stop back to some like Tesla charging station and I was just step out to the outside and just looking for some kind of trees to put my MacBook to keep working on it. It was so crazy. But somehow this business trip gave me like good inspirations because I was so stuck at the Dubai hotels and like I was never almost go out past 4 months. And this is like a very first time after the 4 months. I was start feeling fresh and, like looking at the desert views and oceans to keep choosing the penguins. And somehow it works well. So that's why I could accelerate my work. And finally, I could make it on time. It was a huge amount of the effort by the teams also involved. And they did a really great job. Actually, in the total, we spent only 2 months for this entire project. Before 2 months, that was only 2D illustrations only. No 3D, no animation, no anything. And the beginning of January, we just decided to turn it into a 3D. And we just started the productions completely from scratch. That was crazy. And at that time, we were planning to launch it in the middle of the February. Somehow it become the end of the February. But anyway, it's just 1.5 months or so. And that was very close. That was very close because this is almost my first time to create a 3D generative and for my entire team as well. We never done it before. Every single step is just like a new discovery and trials and errors. And we finally make it 7 hours before the reveal time. So that was so close. And because it's so close and so dangerous, I could feel so happy when I see all those penguins in the timeline. I was so happy. So anyway, after the revealing, the crazy things continues. The thing is that usually if you do the, generative launch, what's going to happen is that you're going to mark the highest price right after the launch. And that's usually like, after the 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, the most busy time. And after that, slowly the transaction, and also the price should usually going down. And when they reveal that, usually it's gonna going down even more, because they know what is a rare and what is common. And if they realize that, oh, I thought my NFT was gonna be the rare NFT, but this seems like a common, so just sell it, So like people start selling it. But crazy thing is that Penpenz was totally different from any of those past examples. We started from almost like a 0% listing, and that was so crazy because that was like some kind of little misunderstanding and a miscommunication between the team was involved. There was some kind of small attack to the website. So our unlock system didn't really work well. So like people can mint no problem, but like they couldn't unstake it. Without unstaking it, they cannot sell it. So like we were just seeing that minting is going on, but like no one starts selling it. I was just like, really? Is that? We expect that there's gonna be a super diamond NFT collections for the diamond hands, but like we didn't thought like 0%. 0% is crazy. Never happened in the history. I was start feeling like something is wrong. So like let's find out, and we could find out the issue, and we could solve it very quick, like around like 1 hour or so. We just solve it, and the people are slowly start selling it. But the crazy thing is, it never almost went down below the 1 Ethereum price. That was crazy. I was preparing to buy a lot of them from the price of like 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, so that the price can keep going up and, everybody will feel happy. I was preparing my budget actually because I didn't want to have penguins to see like the bad price. For me, like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 is like a bad price. I don't want to make penguin like that price. So I was preparing like 10 Ethereum or 20 Ethereum to just buy whole penguins on the floor. But the thing is, when we opened the secondary market, then it never dropped. It's crazy. Even though they can unstake it and they can list, they don't sell it. And only very few people selling the 1 ETH, oh, it's sold. 1.1 ETH, oh, sold. Oh, 0.9 ETH, oh, sold. And the super bottom, the really bottom was somewhere like a 0.77 Ethereum or something. But that was only one. So like super lucky community member in our XANA DAO could purchase it. But after that, it just keep going up at 1.2 to 3 Ethereum. And the highest price I was remembering is the comes even after the reveal. That is crazy. Usually the reveal happens, then the price going to the two different ways. Rare NFTs going to super high, and the common NFTs will drop the price. That's what's gonna happen usually. But like this time, the floor price itself went up. That was crazy. I never seen those kind of launch before. It was just crazy. And it spiked up to, I believe that was a 1.78 Ethereum or something. That's insane. Like this is a free mint. It's free mint project. It's not like one Ethereum project. It was free mint. That is how much the people, everyone, every holder is expecting for the future of the Penpenz, which is really great, and I truly appreciate it. And another fact is that I think that was a great choice to do the mix of the really super polished allow list giveaway and kind of random but still filtered random giveaway. We mixed both two ways. One is for the more like a community member or like existing NFT holder, and another one is a new people, but new people with the great histories. So that is a great point. A lot of people misunderstood that, but that is how we filtered. We look at all of the SNS, of course, and the wallet history, of course, and we realize that this user will not sell, or this user will flip it definitely. So like those kind of trust score or flip score is something very important indicate for us, so that we developed our own system to filter out all those things. So that could realize this much of like low listing and high price free mint project rocket to start. So I was so happy and truly appreciate for every other community allocation holders, even though they are seeing that, their free NFT is becoming like 1 point something ETH, but like they still believe it and they still don't sell it. And they are seeing the future that they're going to live together with those penguins in the metaverse. And that is exactly the future that we want to show. And that is what we are really working on now. So the Penpenz is, of course, for us, it is not just some item, investing item to just flip. That's not for that. This is not for those kind of people. So that is our very strong faith and belief. And luckily and very fortunately, all those holders, most of the holders, 99.5% holders were believing it. And we share the same vision and they could hold it no matter how much price it is now. So I think together with all those factors could brought XANA Penpenz launch to this much of success. And I'm so happy about that. And it is now still sitting 1.338 Ethereum. That is crazy. And I think total volume will soon reach 100 ETH, maybe today or tomorrow even. So that is great because we are setting the 10% of the royalty, right? There are 100 Ethereum traded, then probably we could get like 10 Ethereum. That is not like a big price, but I think this is kind of understandable because other project, their NFT is cheap. It's like a 0.1 ETH or 0.05 ETH or like a maybe 0.2 Ethereum. And it is easy price for everyone to trade, right? So it's okay. Of course, it's gonna be better to create a large volume. But like this time, this Penpenz started from like super high price. It's almost started as a super high blend. It's like a global standard blend price. So that we could not really expect that everyone starts trading it. Because, $4,000, $3,000 is expensive for most of the people. It's just like the price to buy a hamburger. This is a serious amount of price. Maybe some people can buy a cheap car, So this price is not joke. Eventually, that's going to limit a little bit a lot of traders to do that trading initially. But I believe this is okay because Louis Vuitton is not for everyone. High brand is not for everyone. For example, Uniqlo is for everyone, right? So there could be a high brand NFT and there could be a cheap NFTs and it has each demands. So I think it's totally okay. Before, we didn't really have that kind of a super luxury NFT, like a blue chip price kind of NFTs. Our maximum of the XANA Genesis is 0.9 ETH, still below the 1 Ethereum. So it is good to have it. Good to have it. So that's definitely gave us a lot of, like a new branding and great impression for all of the holders, of course, because they're so happy. So in the end, I think that was a perfect launch. It couldn't be better than this one, I believe. I think we really did our best. So I'm totally satisfied with the XANA Penpenz. Great thing is that the Penpenz journey is just started. This is not the end. This is just a beginning. We are working on the animation part, facial expressions, body movement, a lot of like different type of the penguin moves or like maybe even ninja move to give to those penguins. But in the March, we could probably start showing you guys animated version of the penguins. That's gonna be so cute. I already seeing it in our development environment. I could see like what the other team member is working on. And I just saw some demo of the Penpenz walk. And that's super adorable. It's incredibly adorable. I cannot stop watching it. So I really wanted to show you guys this one fast. Let's see like when we can bring it. I think if we're lucky enough, then probably even next week is not too unrealistic. Maybe it's possible. Let's see. So if you see that, then you could finally start really feel like, oh my God, this is something else. This is not just like a profile picture, or this is not like just a 3D model. It's like this NFT can be alive. That's what everyone will feel like when they see this one. So I can't stop to show you guys this new animation of the Penpenz very soon. So stay tuned. Of course, after this animation is done, before the animation, there is a one step called rigging or like bonds. So we already finished that. So we probably show you guys this bond structure and the basis of the movement on launch day, I think, in the AMA session. So that is already done. And next step is animation. And animation is now almost done for the walking. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna render it with the highest quality so you guys can see. Well, on the other hand, we're gonna keep increasing the variation of the animations as well. That's the second step. And the third step, we're gonna finally start bringing this penguin in the metaverse so that people can start interact each other or like start going out with the penguins and you can just feed them, you can just prop them, you can touch them and etc. That is the most exciting part and that is what the XANA Penpenz is really for. Now let's see. It can come sooner than you guys think, I believe. Because that is just like our strength. It is not like some NFT project who want to do something in the metaverse and start running from the scratch. Not like that. We are originally the metaverse company and this is our strength. So that part you can believe us. We're gonna deliver something really good. Okay? We just added our attribute list in OpenSea. So if you open the OpenSea XANA Penpenz page and look down the left side below sidebar, the lower part of the sidebar, you could see the filters. OpenSea has a pretty strong filters to look out what kind of attribute they have. For example, like eyes color, eyes shape, body color, some special materials, what kind of weapon they have, what kind of like accessories they have, those kind of stuff. In total, we made over 200 attributes, and this is the unlimited, the potential like mix of those 200 attributes. So we can technically make billions and billions of patterns of unique penguins. So we really cared every single details when we create this 3D modeling. Basically, every attribute can match to each other. That is how it is designed for. We also gave a lot of focus and efforts into this part. So if you have time, just please look at it, the OpenSea attribute filter. There's a lot of people asking about the value of XANA Penpenz is stable or not. Actually, this price is something not that like we are deciding. This is some kind of a common sense, common understanding of the market. So we don't really have a control, but I believe this price is a fair price, of course. Because compared to the values that we're providing, this price is like pretty affordable, I even think. Because you can look at it, like there is a like huge amount of the NFTs doesn't even have a major utilities. Like they are saying that they're going to provide the avatar, but they cannot. They don't have their own metaverse and they don't have a technology. There's like many things, but we have been keep working on those utilities part as a platform, such as a metaverse itself. We can develop the game ourselves, and we have an AI engine so that we can actually directly communicate with the NFT itself. That is totally new experience in the NFT market. So those are our strengths. That is why we believe this price is kind of fair price, and there is a possibility that it can grow even more because this is just a start. And there's a lot of like tons of the people still don't know about XANA Penpenz or even our other NFTs. Let's say if there's only like 100,000 people know about Penpenz currently, it's just like still under the 10% of the entire market. There's still another 90% to go. That is why we just keep doing the continuous work and effort to increase the recognition, accelerate the recognitions. Then there's a more of the like traders, overseas traders, NFT collectors. They can start participating. They can start recognize the Penpenz and they can start buying in. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing this market. So that is why I believe there's not much people wanting to sell in this price. I can see there's only 0.6% of people selling, listing the NFTs, but like this is quite low. Usually, if there is the numbers below the 1%, then that listing rate is quite low. Now we are sitting at 0.6%. That is insane. That is crazy. So that is why all of the holders displaying their faith and strength and a strong belief for this further growth of this Penpenz. So that's gonna be my answer. I don't think this is like some kind of bubble, like a short-time pricing after the revealing or after minting. I don't think so. We already passed that stage and the prices start getting the stable. That is a great thing. Another part is that how to give extra value for the strong holders. You know, the people, like if they just want a quick money, maybe they want to sell away, right? But instead of sell away, they could lose some further benefit of holding a Penpenz. That is actually what we are working on. That is how we want to design for. Because if we can only provide a short-time value, which is just for flipping or something, you know, that's a flash thing. It's not sustainable at all. I can say there is almost not really valuable for such kind of NFTs. The real value has to be for the long term. And to create a long-term benefit and value is the work of the project. That's what I believe in. So if it's just quickly getting flipped, then I feel bad for myself too, because I couldn't make them believe. You know, it's almost impossible to let the 100% of people believe, but still, I really want to try everything we can do to just to communicate and let everyone to understand that is not really a smart choice to just flip NFTs and get out. Because if you get out, then there is very quite almost like zero possibility that like those people can get a further allo list or spot from our project. Because everyone is like holders and they are holding it. That is why we want to give extra value for it, so that the holders can feel happy and they will be satisfied. But if those guys who already sold the NFTs, what is the meaning for those guys, for the project? There is almost no meaning because there is no extra value to give those kind of people. It's just simple. It's totally up to the user's choice that they're going to commit long-term and receive a long-term benefit, or just quickly flip and then go into the next project. That is totally fine. It's a choice of the holders, but I believe real project, of course, continues with a reason. Like people are expecting for the long term, long growth, and further price spike. That is why they are holding it. or they want to actually simply love the community and they want to belong physically, I think that is the meaning of the real NFTs and what NFT can provide, what the value NFT can provide itself. And if you compare those like short-time flip profit against those long-term belonging to the community, and you can get like friends, you can get the mentors, you can get people in the similar interest, and sometimes you can even get those kind of free spot or like a discount of the NFTs. That is totally long-term. What we want to do is that if we calculate, for example, let's say 2 year, 3 year, okay, guys, just look at the wallet and calculate. If you don't sell it, this is how much you could earn. Because you sell it, you lost those kind of things. That is the things that we want to deliver. This is a kind of message that we want to deliver to all of the holders. So that is our commitment to create a super good long-term value. That's not only just a word, but we are already working on the new project, and new project will be announced very soon, not even a week later. It's just coming in a few days. So that's super exciting, right? And I cannot say real details yet, but like if there is a new NFT collection, then of course the diamond holder of those XANA Penpenz NFTs or XANA Genesis or XANA Land or whatever, everyone who is owning our important NFT collection will be able to get a spot, a purchase spot. It's like our list. And I don't even know we're gonna go to the public sale or not. Eventually, Penpenz did not go to public sale because that was already full by the diamond holders in the community. That is no meaning to the extra. So like we just didn't do the public sale. And what we're working on right now is almost the same. We are working on something huge, very huge project. This is Japanese project. I will talk about it a little bit later. But what I want to say is that if you're having original NFTs like XANA Genesis, XANA Land, then you could get XANA Penpenz. And again, if you're holding all those three, then in the next one, we will still have opportunities because we keep releasing the NFTs, right? And who's gonna get those kind of the special spot is you guys. Those who holding our valuable assets, include the Zeta token and the NFTs. That is the design of the project in a financial way as well. Just gotta do focus on to deliver the extra value, even higher value to the holders compared to the flips. So there is almost no meaning to just do the flipping. Eventually, you could get more, but why lose it now? You know, that is the architecture what we are doing. And from next launches, I think we will keep doing in the same way until the trend really changes. That's pretty much it for the Penpenz. Let me continue from that big project we are preparing. This is a new collaboration in Japan. XANA Penpenz was actually a collaboration with the Ninja DAO with the Kihaya-san. He is one of the king of Japanese NFTs. This time, we're gonna collaborate with the one gigantic, huge IP. Huge one. And I'm so excited about it. And the launch date will be the end of the March. So that is really coming. We don't have a 2 month or 3 month. It's very quick because this is a time-limited, time-sensitive thing. This thing is actually happening in the end of the March, so that our launch also need to be in the end of the March. So it's kind of challenging for us, but as we already have a great community, a XANA DAO community, and even we have a Penpenz community. There's like 4,000 super strong holders having a Penpenz in the market right now, and they are sitting on the great profit. Even though there is only a month of time length, we could make this happen, and we could make it a success. There is many ways to approach the thing. The one way is that you walk on the safe way with the huge plans, and you go like step by step with the simulations and, you know, PDCA cycle and the great preparation, analyzing the result, trial and errors, a new thing. Those are the standard ways that you usually should walk. But there is another alternative ways, and that is a challenging way. When the something is coming to you with a big surprise. Oh, this is something that I didn't expect, and this is great. But let's see. If I look at my capacity right now, it's very challenging. It is not impossible. If it's impossible, then it's not coming on the table. So it is possible, but it's doable. But still, it's really challenging. There's those kind of alternative situation as well. And I like both. Usually I'm working on the pattern A. I love to plan something, but I also like the plan B as well when it comes. You know, if you just keep going on the plan B without no like opportunity coming, that is no meaning, right? It's just so-called rushing or no plans. We don't want to do that. But when the special occasion conclusion comes, then this is a worth to try. And I realized that if we go walk for the safe way, we can do like this. But if we go walk for the extreme way, challenging way, we could make it, and this is what we get. Then why not? This was the conclusion. So I will challenge this time attack launch. I'm preparing to announce this one in a few days maybe. You will know. And you know why this is so time sensitive. Okay, so like today I can only say this much, but this is huge. If we do this one, then I think at least the minimum people who knows about XANA in Japan will become 100x. At least 100x. If it's like a 5x or something, then I will say, well, it's too risky, time is not enough, etc. When it's 100x, then I have nothing to say but yes, let's do. This is that kind of stuff. So that is why I decided I'm moving forward for it. And I'm already putting the full force of our entire team to head to this thing to make this happen. So it's kind of super exciting. Almost no time to rest. No time to rest after the Penpenz. No time for relax or no time for the party. This is just straight into even harder challenge. And I love it. I love it because I think there's anything on the earth can make XANA's recognition 100x, then why not? No matter how hard it is, how time sensitive it is, like there is no way to deny, right? So let's do it. That is my answer. So you will know in the coming few days. And one thing I can say is that we could prepare the special spot for our community members, especially who participate and passed Penpenz missions, because the Penpenz at least filtering was so extreme. That is making this much of low listing rate coming true. So that is why if we just give some kind of spot to those holders, I could feel safe because it's already proven. So instead of just like giving away like a lot of positions to the spots to everyone in the public, I probably rather choose a super limited way this time because this is just like right after the Penpenz and Penpenz owners are there. This is just my idea at this point. So maybe changes. We don't know. We still have a little bit of time, exactly maybe 4 weeks. So let's say we're going to slowly unveil the details of the project and what we're going to release and when we're going to release, etc. It is going to be great for the Penpenz holder. Or if you have like a big 3 NFTs of our community, XANA NFTs, then that means you could get Penpenz, right? So like you are already there. And if you don't have it, you could get the Penpenz in the secondary market, then why not? Welcome. It's welcome. It's even more appreciated because, even those kind of high price, you could dare to get the Penpenz to join this community, right? So our arm is wide open. We welcome those new people as well. So let's see. We don't let XANA Penpenz holder regret. That's all I can say now. Let's move forward. Third point. There is a new Zeta token staking and the land staking started. I think that was in yesterday. I believe so. That is a cycle 10. We are already in the cycle 10. How fast it is. Oh my God. We just actually launched Zeta token almost exactly a half year ago because that was the end of the July, right? So the half year, oh my God. It's still standing at 4x, 5x around those area. It's not rapidly growing, but I think this is okay. It is enough great to becoming stable in this much of the bear market conditions. Not many new users are buying in, but I believe those guys, like new buyers and everyone, will eventually come when the wave is coming back. So I'm not too rushed into it. What we can do is just keep building and don't push anything a natural way. Just go into the natural, go with the flow, and just keep building. If your product is great enough and enough valuable, then it's gonna be automatic to have the new buying powers or new users or new holders will be coming in. That's what we are believing. But still, anyway, like we are not in the loss. We are still sitting on the 5x. So that is great. The another great part is that you don't have to really care about those price spike when you're holding a Zeta token. Because if you're just taking the token, then you're already getting the profits, a lot of profits. For example, if you stake the Zeta token, there's a possibility that you could win XANA Penpenz NFTs, or XANA Genesis NFTs, or XANA Land NFTs, which is all above 0.3 Ethereum, 0.6 Ethereum, even Penpenz is like 1.3 Ethereum. That's massive. But if you have a token, then there will be a possibility that you can get those NFTs without paying it. That's how great it is. So that is why we are taking that Zeta token is not just like something to invest and like sit down and watch the price change in the like 1 year or 2 year. It's not like that. It's not fun, right? But what if you can get those bunch of the treasure boxes or valuable NFTs every 2 months? Then how do you feel? It's great, right? That means you could actually save your money to buy those NFT, but you can just get it free because you're staking the Z token. So that is the value that we really want everyone to understand. If you understand, if everyone understand, then I think it's gonna be quite fair for me to say that these NFTs, and I mean this token is not gonna be sitting on the same position for a long time. This is sitting because not really many people still not realizing it yet. That's what I can say. Those people who are in the staking, they all know. They know the strength and the power of this staking. Basically, we are proof of stake model, right? And we are providing the NFT value instead of token value to not to inflate the token itself. So that is a very smart way. And another great part is the amount of the staking reward is massive. It's really massive. If you calculate in the percentage, let's say, for example, like APR, then it's going to easily exceed 70% a year. You know, like, is there any new project or stable new project or old project that can constantly provide users at 70% APR? That is crazy. That is very difficult because token price will go down, but we not gonna going down because we are giving the NFTs. So I think this is such an amazing way. You can feel safe to stake your tokens because other people's staking will not affect your tokens, right? You don't want that. So that's what we are making. So please participate Z token staking. And we also have a land staking as well, which you can stake your land with the same amount of XANA Genesis. That is also another hidden gem because compared to the Z token staking, still there's a limited amount of the people are staking the land. So I can say like there's like 3,000 or something of people staking the Z token, but there's only 1,000 people staking the land. That means it's like a 3 times less competition, right? Like 1/3. That makes things easier. Even last time, a lot of communities voiced that saying like, I think it is quite good or benefitable to stake in the land because like there's less competitors. Of course it is. Let's see. I really recommend you could stake both ways. Z token staking and land staking. And we are keep swapping the reward of each staking. For example, a reward for the Z token last month is now coming to the land staking owners. This time's token staking can get a reward from what the land staking user can get in the last time. We're gonna just keep rotate this style. Even stakers of the one side, for example, say, I'm only holding a token or I'm only holding a land, but not token. But we want to make sure that you're not gonna get same things over and over in the next time. So that is why we want to diversify and increase the amount of the reward as well. So you could truly enjoy the benefit of this Z token staking and the land staking. And another new news is that we distributed MVP SBT. It's almost a very rare case still for us. I think it's almost like a first time for us to distribute like this much of SBT, I believe. We can say our very first SBT is the reward for the community. There is a XANA DAO MVP is going on every month and the winners will be chosen by the voting of the community member. So this is a time to decide who is the best contributors or best creators or best supporters in a month. I'm so happy that everyone is very positively competing each other and they're just like focusing on growing themselves. And during those process, this MVP, monthly MVP is kind of good milestone for every month because you could visualize that people's recognition as well. If you think, only you think, I'm doing so much thing for XANA, but like why we are not getting anything, etc. Or if everyone can see it, then that's visible, right? So like those creators himself think like, I did a great work this month. And other people also think like, oh, he did a great job this month. Then you could finally get it. This is, I think, a pretty much fair style of doing the thing. That's why we want to give an extra value all those winners to win through those very competitive field in each genres. So that is why I was trying to visualize their status in the form of the SBT so that we decided, let's say, this is the gold medal SBT, this is the silver medal SBT, this is the bronze SBT, and let's distribute it. So we distributed yesterday and I would love to see that everyone is so happy about about that. And that is our first SBT. Actually, it's already done. It's already ready. The second SBT is already ready. This second SBT is called Diamond Hand SBT. This is very direct, right? We only distribute this SBT to the diamond holder of XANA. So that we are still thinking like how many percentage of the people should be able to get this special SBT. I was thinking about maybe that's not the amount of the people, but the percentage of the NFT sale. Because so-called diamond hand often used for the people who are holding token or NFT for long term, right? No flip. But we're still human. Maybe there's some occasion that people really in need to sell something as well. Or they can even sell and get a new one or something like that. So that is why we're trying to set this borderline threshold, maybe around the 10% sale rate. So like if you purchase like a 10 NFTs, you could hold 9 and you can sell like a 1. Then your selling rate is still 10%, right? And then I think that's valuable. Such users are very valuable for the project. So that is why we want to contribute those diamond holders as well by our Diamond Hand SBT. We already finished distributing the first one, and the second one, let's say maybe somewhere in the next week before the middle of the March is a good time to distribute this one as well. Next, we also relaunched the XANA Genesis plugin. So now, if you won animation plugin or voice plugin in the past staking reward, then please, now is the time. Please go into the claiming site, which is inside of the staking page. Then push claim to choose your XANA Genesis that you own to apply these plugins, such as the animation plugin or voice plugin. Then we, in-house team, will receive those kind of information that, Mr. XXX used the animation plugin to this XANA Genesis number XXX. And then our team will start working on that. That's quite a time-taking process, but once we finish a format, then it could be faster. So let's say in the beginning, first time you apply that and maybe you have to wait like few days at least. Or if there's a lot of like lines ahead of you, then it could take longer. But like we're trying our best to make these things process faster. So if you get those NFTs plugins, then please don't forget to claim your voice plugin to apply your favorite XANA Genesis. And after that, everyone can start seeing your XANA Genesis moving and talking, speaking, listening, and expressing the emotions and so on. That's super fun experience. And that's going to definitely increase your recognition about your XANA Genesis as well. So please do so. Another update is XANA Genesis Rebirth is coming. XANA Genesis Rebirth is the kind of the event to give a new look, new visual metadata or XANA Genesis. So let's say if you are owning a lot of XANA Genesis and you could say, this NFT, I already see a lot. This NFT is a little bit similar than like my friend. So like I want to make it different. Or let's say I just got a great priced XANA Genesis, but just realized this was a stolen NFT. What should I do? Like there's a lot of people asking about those questions to us. So we made this XANA Genesis Rebirth system. This Rebirth system will allow you to change the visual of your XANA Genesis partially or fully. And you can just select. And you can also select that you're gonna keep this NFT ID or you want completely new. If you do select a completely new, then that's gonna be even better. Because some people like got the NFT in a super low price and just realized that NFT was a stolen NFT. In such a case, you want to refresh the NFT ID, right? And this XANA Genesis Rebirth can do it. So if you apply that one, it's gonna take a little bit of time, maybe 1 week or so. Then totally new NFT will be minted to you. And that has a completely new history. Start from scratch. Now your NFT is 100% safe. No digital tattoos. So that is another function of the XANA Genesis Rebirth. And we are already starting these sneak peeks every day. I think that's Japan time 7 o'clock p.m. We already showed new schoolgirl clothes and a bunny girl clothes. And today was a wedding dress, I think. All those made by the request by our Genesis lovers. So Genesis lovers, once I asked them like what kind of clothes you want to see for Genesis, and I got like 10 to 20 ideas, right? And then I will start organizing it and just pass the rough image to the designer and they could make such a new clothes. So I'm so excited to see how your Genesis will look like in the new clothes. Another thing is that XANA Festival 3 is coming. It is coming. Last time was Japanese pop music and anime song mixed, right? And a lot of Japanese users or like people who is a fan of the animes enjoyed it. And this time, I think my concept is super hyped set. Super hyped non-stop DJ set. This is one of the concept. Another concept is that I'm gonna mix a lot of genres, like global genres. Sometimes it's K-pop, sometimes it's J-pop, sometimes it's like American electro, like a DJ song, or like sometimes it's a global song. I'm mixing all these together into one set. So that's super hyped and very, very huge banger. So I can't wait to let you guys dance on it. Probably I'm planning to have this XANA Festival number 3 in the middle of the March. So let's see. I'm gonna start announcing a week ahead. That is another thing. And one last thing is that there is 2 competitions going on. One is the creating XANA's ninja world for the crypto ninja. And those winners could get a lot of rewards like a Zeta token and the land NFT itself, etc. Another competition is the NFT dual card creative competition. It's kind of fun art for the Penpenz, but by the AI. So it's like an AI fan art. And we already did this event before to get inspirations to create the 3D penguins. And actually it did. I got a lot of inspirations from the penguins that our community member make. So now what we're gonna do is that as I was seeing those NFTs before and feel super positive, super hyped. So that is why we decided this new competitions, which is to allow everyone to create the NFT dual card itself by their AI penguin. I really love to see everyone's penguin because it's so creative and so different. So once we choose a 40 unique cards from our community member make, then the game will be definitely extremely fun. I can 100% say that. It's another type of the fun to play the game with your own character. Such kind of feeling. So I can't wait to see that. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for attending. We have huge things coming ahead. So March, I really need your attention and also cooperation and strong support to let this new step success and to see another height together by all the DAO members. We are dropping the great news very, very soon. Also, if you have some extra Ethereum, then please get extra Penpenz. If you haven't get one yet, now it's a great time to buy in this XANA Penpenz. Its price is stable. There's no huge surprise. You could get a great thank you special penguin SBT, and you will also get a great spot for our next launch. So that's a great deal. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.